All right, what's up, everybody? It is Sunday. We are going to be very busy today. We're looking at a bunch of stuff at auction. We're looking at eBay listings. We have some searches to adjust still. I've got a lot going on today. Sunday is always a busy day. I got in a few new items on Saturday, so I can probably show off some of those. Nothing crazy, just one good piece, but we are going to start checking auctions. I should have been checking auctions earlier, but you just get busy with some other things. So I'm gonna try and open up some eBay auctions. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We're gonna switch over. See if I can figure this out. This share screen. Select a tab. eBay, advanced search, but it doesn't let me. Oh, there we go. Share. Okay. So now we're on this. Okay, this should be good, I think. Did I exit this part out? X, and then that's it. Okay, so hopefully this works. We are going to check. Let's check 14 karat first. That's usually one of the first ones I like to check. And let's go down to auction. We're going to select used. And for right now, we're going to select minimum bid count of 1 and a default location of US only. And I think that should be good for right now. So let's see now if I go back to the YouTube. Okay, so it shows me in the page. All right, perfect. That's exactly what we want. Great. Now let's start checking out what's going on here. We're going to go ending soonest. So we want to see what's ending soon here. And we've got a 10 karat gold bracelet. Hair twist rope. So I don't really bid on everything. What I'm looking for is something that maybe has like a dual like possibility to it or potential to it instead of just a single. Like we're not always looking for just scrap gold unless it's a large scrap gold lot. So we're also looking for something that maybe has a potential for resale, but maybe I can get it at scrap. And maybe something that's a lot, something that's got mixed jewelry. Like we're just looking for something a little more unusual than just anything. And I'm also keeping an eye on the listings on the other end. So like something like this would maybe be an okay thing to take a look at. This is by Hess Fine Arts, which is an auction company. And so this item would be an item that they put up for auction previously on their branded auction, like their actual in-house auction. This would be something that didn't sell or didn't get paid for at the auction. And so now they've got it on their eBay page. It's typically how that works. So 9.65 gram piece would put the scrap, let's see, 14 karat, 9.65, 9.6, $452 scrap. So you can see that it's just under scrap, but as a designer piece. Hopefully you guys are seeing the same thing I'm seeing. Nope. Okay. So I'm on that page clicked in. So anyways, I'm taking a look at the piece. It is not a bad price though. So you can see it's diamond designer, but it's a brooch, and a brooch is pretty hard to sell. So I guess that would be the difference between sharing the tab and sharing the screen. So that's pretty interesting. It's good to know. It's probably better for me to share the tab, and then that way I can click in, and if I'm actually bidding, you guys won't see like my bids. I'm also keeping an eye on the listings as they're coming in. We've got a vintage jewelry box lot typically when I see jewelry lots in a jewelry box, I don't like to bid on those because it's just like the jewelry box picture is kind of like a gimmick to make it seem like they didn't sort through it, but it's like it probably is sorting. That makes sense. So we've got the Disney stuff up from before. I've got some knives. I actually bought a knife this morning, a Chris Reeve knife, a Damascus Chris Reeve knife this morning. For anybody who's familiar with that, I'm just keeping an eye on the listings while I'm also checking on auctions. These are all auctions ending today. Here's a 14K yellow gold diamond heart pendant. Small diamonds. It's a nice piece, but not for me. And what's up to anyone here currently who jumped on the live early? I'll see how long I'm going to stream for. I definitely need, I need to do this anyway. I need to check for auctions anyway, so I might as well do it on stream for today. I'm not seeing anything good yet. 6 grams there. Some 14K yellow gold cameo bracelet for $48. Current bid. Zero feedback seller, so I'm guessing this is probably gold filled. But it could be gold. But zero feedback is a little bit rougher to buy from. This is interesting. Silver and 14K gold. Turquoise howlite. Doesn't look like howlite to me. It looks like maybe Larimar. It's pretty nice though. Could be dyed. It's an interesting piece. Seller is away until August 29th. Okay. Interesting piece, this one here. For your guys' page, I'm looking into the listing. So that one's interesting, but not really for me, especially at $500. Nice piece, nice old antique piece, but just not for me. I don't know, something about it. It looks more silvery than anything. Because it's 66 grams. It doesn't look like there's a lot of gold there. I mean, it's a nice antique piece. So if you have a retail store, maybe you're gonna ask $1,200 for that, but it's not gonna work for me. Native American green Caracal Lake ring, $159. Not really for me. Double row 14 karat gold earrings, $275. Nothing there. Here's like a railroad spike knife. Tom Orr knife. Not familiar with that person. That looks like interesting. What does this say? Tom Orr Mountain Men. Interesting. I'm just looking at like a fixed blade knife with kind of like a Native American leather sheath, and it's like got an older wood handle, but it's got a weird design that I'm not liking on the blade. Here's a Chris Reeve large Inkosi knife with carbon fiber inlay, CPM S45VN for $600. That looks like a little too much. Here's this diamond ring. Not a fan of the emerald cut, and it looks small. Here's a mixed lot. Let's see if we can look at this mix lot. 97.1% positive feedback, which is not that bad, but it's not that great either. Yeah, nothing good there. We'll keep checking. Hopefully you guys can see this well. Yeah, I think you can. If it's better for me to share the screen, I can do that. I can do that as well, but I kind of like being able to be in the corner here and then also commentating like on what I'm looking at. 14.4 grams scrap. It's not really going to be for me. The price just already seems a little too high, and that's still got 2 hours and 17 minutes left. And then these ones down at the bottom are sponsored, so I never pay attention to those ones for the most part. Here's a Vogt, VOGT, Western. Stuff's very popular if you find the right piece. Let's see. Gold bracelet. Malta. Let's see what's going on here. 3.6 grams. It's not going to work. We're looking for something that really stands out, you know, like we want to see something really cool, something really unusual because, like I've said before, auctions are a lot more difficult to make money in. It has to be something a lot more specific than here's a 14K dolphin ring. This is very small. 4 feedback seller. We're going to pass on that one. 14K gold. Little Italy chain, another small one. See if they list the weight. Estate item, 24-inch length, 1980s era, no weight listed. Very thin chain, maybe a 2-gram chain. It's currently bid at 36, so that would be one that maybe I could bid on. But even if I do bid on it and win it, it's just the profit is so low on that I'm gonna pass. Oh, here's a 14K gold. Looking at something else, white gold bangle that just got posted. 9 inches lightweight. Okay. I don't like when someone says lightweight or heavyweight and then they don't list the weight. Like, what's the point of doing that? I don't know, but it is what it is. Okay. And then we go back to auctions. We just keep flipping back and forth. This is how you improve your efficiency when you're buying is, well, for me, I have two different computers. So I'm looking at some new buy it now auctions, and then I'm looking at some ending soonest auctions right now. And then I've already looked at the live auctions and placed some bids ahead of time this morning. So you could say I've got, 3 or 4 different sources running at the same time. Here's a little gold pendant. It's nothing for me. This is a little interesting. Neat design. James Avery charm, $129 for that little itty bitty thing. It's not going to be for me. Okay, here, maybe something like this we could look at because the bid's so low at this time. Let's see. Okay, so it's marked 14K, and it is 9.34 grams with a little pearl. Yeah, 9.34. Okay, so this is one that we can bid on. We're going to place a reserve bid on this one here. Let me grab my phone. So I've got my bidding program set up on my phone because for auction bidding, it's something I can do more like at any time, right? So I can kind of do auction bidding. I don't have to do it live. Like this auction doesn't end for 5 hours and 22 minutes. So we're going to go to eBay search. We are looking for 14K vintage leaf. See if we can find it with that. Yeah, we've got it. We're going to grab that. And one of the reasons why I like to sometimes bid on pearl pieces is because a lot of people will assign too much weight to the pearl when they're bidding. You have to have broken apart a lot of pearl pieces to understand how this works. So this has one little pearl. That one little pearl is going to take off, like we could maybe say 0.3 grams, like a third of a gram, right? So I'm going to bid this out at 9 grams. And something that other bidders might do, they might discount a gram or more. Not so much for this particular piece because there's only one pearl. But if there were, say, 4 or 5 or 10 pearls or 20 pearls or whatever, big pearl piece, then it's a little bit more difficult for people to estimate the weight. And so they end up over discounting. And that's where you can sometimes get some opportunity by getting the piece and breaking it apart. Like, this wouldn't be something I would try and resell. So let's get a bid going for this. And I'm not going to say exactly the numbers I'm going to use for this. Not that it really matters. Like, I'm kind of indifferent whether or not I win this or not. But we're going to place our bid at this price. Then it allows you to select when you want the bid to go in and all that kind of thing. And so we're just going to do OK. All right, so now I've got my bid set up for that auction for later. And so this is one of the strategies I use to be able to source more items at the same time because I don't have to be live for this auction. And that means I could be away from my computer or whatever when this goes off. And basically, with auctions, a lot of times I just forget about even placing the bids because I kind of don't expect to win them. And then when I do win them, it is kind of like a nice surprise. It's like, oh, cool, I won this item. And that's kind of how I treat auctions because they are much more difficult to win and to make profit on. Margins are typically a lot slimmer on auctions, but people do miss things. It's even on eBay, even anywhere, even if there's 1,000 bidders on one item, it can still go for too cheap. I've seen that happen a bunch of times. Let's see, a Boucher brooch, enamel bird of paradise for $283. Not too familiar with paying for that much for high-end Boucher's pieces or Boucher or whatever. I don't know. I'm just keeping an eye on any listings that might pop up. Looking at like a rifle bayonet, Spyderco knife, paramilitary 2 G10 for 122. I'm not seeing anything. It's a pretty nice little bangle. This nice Andrew Red Horse Alvarez pendant, Baltic amber ring. Jump back to YouTube, see if anyone's hanging out in the chat. Nobody in the chat yet. If you have any questions, you guys can feel free to rattle them off. I like talking through what people are thinking about what I'm doing. Or if you want any terms that you want me to search, or like, after this we could check 18K probably. We'll check like platinum. We'll check sterling silver probably. Here's a 6-piece Bowie knife. It looks like junk. Made in China stuff there. It's a Bulova automatic. There's another James Avery charm. Here's a 21.6 gram. That's a bit too high for me. Another James Avery charm. Tentacle. I don't know what this is. A whistle. What the heck is this thing? See, this is something unusual. 14K grease. Tentacle whistle. Never seen anything like that before. But not something I'd be really interested in. Unusual though, definitely what you're looking for is something unusual like that. Here's a costume jewelry Victorian, absolutely terrible pictures, which is what we like to see, honestly. Not seeing anything for me in this costume lot. We're gonna pass on that one, especially at $100 already. Gosh, I hate using this little laptop touchpad. I'm more of a mouse person. 7.6 grams there. And I'll pretty much look at these until I get to the next 2 days of listings or something like that. Like once we start getting into tomorrow's listings, I'll probably stop. 16.8 grams. Some kind of a ruby ring and a little cat pin. But the price, again, we're looking for something that's doesn't have a ton of attention on it already. There's a 14K watch, 117 already. 5.69 grams there. Woo! There's a nice one right there. Huh? Amazing. 14K reversible inlaid necklace by J. Nelson. $3,100 already. Yeesh. It's only got 2 bids. Wow. Beautiful piece, but it's a lot of money. $3,100. How much does this weigh? Total weight 61.5 grams. The beads weigh 36 grams. The pendant weighs 22.5 grams. So you're looking at $1,500 to $1,700 worth of gold. So that's going for almost double. Very nice piece, but not something for me at that price, at least. I would be a buyer of something like that at like in towards the scrap. $1,700 to $2,000. Like I'm in, but 3,100 already could go for more than that. Like it's just not gonna be for me. Very nice piece though. Definitely what the type of item that we're looking for. Something like that. What is this? Looks like I just missed a piece. Gold colored chain. What? Some 18K charm, elephant charm with Italian gold colored chain. Yeah, we just missed a deal on, looks like some kind of 18K gold something for $30. So that's a bummer, but you can't win them all. I'm sure there'll be more in another 10 minutes. Like you just wait. All right. Wind up 18K and 14K gold watches. $5.6 grams there. Omega. Let's see what's going on here. It's got the original box. It's an Omega manual. They've just taken some weird pictures. 14 karat gold. Okay, it's bid at 255 already. It says 205 here, but it's actually bid at 255 already. There's a little jade donut ring at 7 grams. Take a look at that. Interesting piece. Oop, whoa. Not for me. Here's a Tiffany & Co. automatic, 14 karat gold. It's not going to be for me. That price. 1 gallon jewelry bag. Let's see. Keeping an eye on the listings. Since we just saw something come by. When you see something that like you missed, then it's a good idea to just keep an eye on it for the next couple of minutes to see if that person is posting multiples of the same item or if that item gets reposted or something like that. It's always good to keep an eye on it when there's some activity. 13 grams designer. Let's take a look at this one. Diamond and sapphire. Tennis bracelet, but it's really not great. Scale shows 14 grams. They have it listed at 13 grams. Let's see. Doesn't really say all that much. So what's that price out to? We can price it out at 13 grams. It would price out at $612, and at 14 grams, it would price out at $659. So let's see, 600. So this one we could place a bid on. It's got some stones. It's pretty close. It's definitely pretty close. There's 25 people watching the listing for this one here. I'm going to place a bid, but I'm not going to place a bid snipe on this. It's $8 shipping. So I'm just going to place a bid. Yeah, I'm just going to get outbid immediately, I'm pretty sure. We'll go to this price will be my highest price. Yeah, we're already just outbid. So somebody has a higher reserve price already put in on that one. Let's see, outbid. There, so we'll keep it moving. Let's see, how are we doing? We're at 6 hours currently. The listings. Here's a mixed lot. Let's take a look at this one. Some 10 karat gold. Let's see. 20.4 grams of this is 10 karat gold. And 10 grams, 10.1 grams is 14 karat. And then there's only one piece of 18 karat. So, and it all looks like scrap. It doesn't look like there's any good pieces there. So we're going to pass on that one. Just keep checking these out. Just keep an eye on the listings over here. Bulova automatic. There's some scrap gold, 14.7 grams. Just doesn't look exactly like what I'm looking for. David Mon, not familiar. Okay, not seeing anything here. Disney stuff, not seeing anything on the Disney stuff. Got a couple of knife lots. Okay, nothing too crazy. We've got a 25-piece jewelry lot, 1928, Sarah Coventry, all designer signed. Don't see anything good in that lot. Okay, not seeing anything there. It's still early. On Sunday, things tend to pick up around like maybe 3 p.m. Things should start getting a little bit busier on the listings. That's why I'm taking some time earlier this morning to look at auctions. So we want to see what's going on because these auctions I can all place ahead of time. And again, this is just, we're not even through the 14 karat listings. So this is shows you that there's quite a bit. There's quite a bit to look through. There is a lot of 14 karat auctions. There's probably like 14 karat auctions are probably the largest of all the ones that you can search for. But you can see that this is just a portion of what there is to view and just for today. And so you can see if you compound this over 365 days out of the year, if you work every day, which I don't, but I'm just saying, like, if you do this all the time and you do all of the different carats, you do costume, you do sterling on auctions, then you do all the same process on Buy It Now, and then you do all the same process on other websites, that if you put in enough volume, you're going to win something eventually, and usually a lot quicker than you think. Look at that. There's a Bulova Accutron Space View in 14 karat gold that's at $2,136. I've sold one of these before. I don't think I had exactly, I'm pretty sure this is the first year production alpha case. What would this be? 1959? I don't know. When was the first year of the Accutron? I guess we can find out. First year of Bulova Accutron. 1960 is the first announcement. Commercial release 1961. So I think this is the original, but why it's 2,100 still just seems like a lot, even for a solid 14 karat Accutron Space View with no box or anything. It's a pretty crazy price. It's a little diamond ring. Looks a little too high price right now for me. So you can see that these are starting to get towards the that like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. I guess what would these be? What would be at 4 or 5 p.m. end time for the West Coast? And that's typically where a majority of the better, more professional listings are going to be ending at. And I'm just seeing a Tiffany & Co. Okay, it's a quartz. Tiffany quartz stainless steel ladies watch, but a vintage one for $400. It's not for me. Let's see, a pair of Navajo earrings. $80. They're not that nice. Keep it rolling here. Here's an interesting little pearl brooch. Okay, so this looks interesting. 97.6% feedback on the seller is not great. Let's see if they list the weight. 8.3 grams total. I'm looking at this one here for you guys. You can see, I don't even know if you can see my cursor because I have to click over, but this top right one here, 14K gold pearl. So if this is 8.5 grams, we've got like 1, 2, 3, maybe 3.5 to 4 grams of pearls. So even if we bid this out at 4 grams, let's see. Looking at the back, I think 4 grams is a pretty good estimate. But that they have only 68 feedback and they're low feedback, so it's like, why? Oh, 8.3 grams. So yeah, we would estimate this out at probably 4, maybe 3.7, but still, either way, that's a decent I mean, it's low enough currently. So let's go ahead and place a bid on this one, 1.9. All right, so we're going to place a bid on this one. We'll bid on... Okay, we're current high bid on that one. And we'll just keep moving. 14 karat. Here's that Momo coral, but this is more of a peachy color than a red. Pretty sure the red is more valuable. Yeah, this is definitely more pink and white. Not as ideal of a color. Still bid to $1,000, so definitely something to look out for. This type of stuff, if you can find it on the buy it now side for cheap. Looking at a retro link, 14 karat gold and rose gold bracelet, 23.5 grams. Not gonna be for me. Okay, just keeping an eye on everything. As best I can, you can't keep an eye on everything all the time. Here's I saw this. I think I saw this on the buy it now side, and it had a bid or buy it now. So now it looks like it got a bid. It's got a bunch of stones. Not really interested in that one. Here's a 14 karat gold ladies Rolex in pretty poor condition, so that's going to be pretty close to scrap. It's a 34K feedback seller. I'm going to just pass on that one based on condition because it's probably going to go for more than scrap because it's Rolex and in that poor condition, I don't want it. Plus, I already have a Rolex for sale, a ladies Rolex. Let's see. Hamilton. Kind of an emerald ring. Look at that. Ugh, $700. Sometimes the prices, like, I can't really understand how stuff sells for that much when I try and sell that kind of stuff and can't get those kind of prices. But these are obviously all like professional sellers that probably have a very big customer base. Here's a Friedrich Goldman ring, wedding band. Let's see, 3.5 grams weight. Free shipping. 14 karat, 3.5 grams. $164 scrap. So we'll place a bid on this one. Okay, I'm current high bidder on that one. Not likely to win something like this, but we could try. Let's see. Still no comments. If anyone's here, say hello. Want to, how long have I been live for? 38 minutes. Nobody's talking? Hello? Hello? Anybody here? Anybody here? Here's a 4 grams elephant bracelet. Okay, both marked 14K. Okay, so we can also leave a bid on this one. Again, not very likely to win, but we can try. It's a 188 scrap times what we'll pay on it. It's got a $5.45 shipping. So we're going to place a bid on this one. Current high bidder on that. keep it moving. Obviously, the further away you get from the most recently, like the stuff that's selling in the next hour or whatever, the lower the current bid's going to be, right? Because a lot of people don't place bids. They don't place their bids ahead of time. They either wait till the auction is ending and watch it and do it all manually, or they place a bid through a bidding program. Part of the issue with the bidding program, at least for me right now, is that it costs some points, a little bit of money to use the bid sniping programs, depending on which one you're using. And so you can only pre-place the bids for as much as you have available in like points for their program. So I can't always place snipe bids. I'll only place snipe bids on things that I'm like more like really interested in. I will eventually start buying more points to where I can bid on as many items as I want. It's just doing this whole auction process that I'm doing right now is even this is something more recent to my strategy. So I've only been doing this auction strategy for I don't know, maybe 3 months or something, maybe less. Like I don't do it every day, which I'm trying to get better at. I literally just run out of time, or I'm just doing other things. But I'm doing my best to multitask this whole process of being able to watch listings and then do auction reviews in between. And you can see, hopefully you can see why. It's like I've been live already 41 minutes and I'm still going through just the 14 karat auctions. And it's like, it's very time consuming and not as profitable as some other things I do are. So, but the good news is I can do a lot of this ahead of time, which I should be doing. Like I should have already had these bids ready yesterday, right? Or last week even. But it's okay. I did have some other issues to take care of. Just checking out all this stuff. Here's something interesting. Let's see. 14 karat white gold, 10 karat diamond collar necklace with illusion set diamonds, which is not my favorite. And it's a double row 14K white, bid at $12.61 currently. This would definitely be one that's got bid snipes on it. So even though it lists 10 carats of diamonds, I just would not put almost any value to those diamonds. Like just a little bit of value, maybe a couple $100 or something, because it's a diamond piece you could get as a premium. But wanting to bid that much more for it, I don't know if I would. Well, we can put like a tiny premium on it. And so we're looking at this one here. Hopefully we'll go ahead and place a bid on this one as well, but another one that I just don't have a lot of confidence in being able to win. But we'll place a bid on that one. Put me currently in the lead on that one. But by the time this ends in 10 hours from now, I probably won't be the high bidder in like an hour. That's just from my experience with auctions. Here's a stick pin lot, 14K and 10K lot. Let's take a look at this. One 10K, one 14K, another one 14K, and one this is Griffin. Okay, not liking the gold content in these. Oh, and it's got a reserve on the auction with the buy it now $500. Yeah, I'm good on that. Let's check it out over here. Been adjusting my searches. So I don't feel like I'm seeing enough silver flatware. I am seeing flatware, but I'm not seeing as much sterling like scrap and sterling flatware and sterling bowls and stuff that I feel like I should be seeing for some reason. Because those can be listed in all kinds of weird categories, and I feel like there's maybe some categories of that I'm not currently searching that I need to be searching. I can search the terms, but I'm trying to search, or at least I'm trying to understand more so the categories that they're being placed in. There's like a sterling silver baby rattle. So there's still some of it is coming in. It just feels like there should be more. There's another stick pin lot, some 14K platinum lot of 5, but it's that same seller. Rope chain. Here's a Irvin Keys Zuni turquoise ring, 4.4 grams, size 8. Bid $202. It's not bad, but not the price I want to pay for it. All right, I think we've kind of come to the end of, yeah. So now we're looking at 20 hours. This is stuff that's going to be ending tomorrow. And we can leave some of that for tomorrow. There's a nice Nantucket basket. Let's take a look at this one. Interesting. Doesn't look big enough to me. All right, let's go ahead and move on to 18 karat. And sometimes it doesn't do stuff with bids. Oh, it caught it. Okay. This is ending in 5 minutes. Large wedding band. We've got a Rolex. This Rolex is nice. 18K. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, pretty nice, but it's the old model Rolex, which has the older style movement, which I don't like to buy because they have issues and they just don't run that well, and the watch just doesn't look that nice either, my opinion. Staying up to date over here. Where's the baby? Oh, okay. Nap time. I'm just looking at this 18 karat jade piece. No, don't like it. 18K. Yeah, it looks like it's. I don't think it's jade. I think it's aventurine. Looks like aventurine. We got a 21K ring. Tiffany Sterling and 18K cufflinks. There's a Gerard Perregaux. 18K gold band automatic. That's a nice watch. $4,200 already. Can take a look at it. Gyromatic observatory chronometer. Solid 18 karat. Let's see what the weight is. As far as taking the back off the watch to show the works, not able to do so. Piper tool, no weight listed, anything. Wow. Here, so this 18 karat gold watch would be something that I would like to be a little bit better at being able to buy something like this. I'm looking at it and like if I had to judge the weight, like maybe we're talking 20 grams in the case, and then maybe another 25 to 30 in the bracelet. So maybe we're talking 50 grams 18 karat, which would put it at $3,000 worth of gold. So I just don't know too much about bidding up to 4,200 on that. Somebody does, clearly. Cartier tank. Tag Heuer. What is this? J. Rossi. 18K unusual designer bracelet. $203. Ooh. It's a bone and gold bracelet. Interesting though. It does have a lot of gold to it. When is this ending? Today at 2:35 p.m. 3 hours 38 minutes. J. Rossi 18K. Okay, so this could be one that we would be interested in bidding. It's very unusual. It looks like bone, but it could be ivory, but I think it's bone. The gold in their pictures looks a little oxidized, a little bit. So it's definitely older. Interesting. All right, we can definitely place a bid on this one because it's only at $203 currently, and it's got some 18 karat gold. So how much 18 karat gold do we think? It weighs 32 grams. So 32 grams. We're assuming a lot of this is bone weight, but not that much. What could we put this at? Like 17 grams, 18 karat gold? 15? I would say at least half the weight is gold. So that would be 16 grams of 18 karat. I'm sorry, you guys probably can't see that much, but you were talking about starting your jewelry brand, I think. How's that going? Well, I'm not really doing it that much currently. I have changed strategy a few different times. Yeah, that's something I tested and it did work, but I found out that it's going to take like massive amounts of effort on a strategy that I'm not an expert in or necessarily have the right skills to do. As far as building a brand has a lot to do with marketing, a lot to do with creating content and stuff like that, and always be posting and other things that's going to be just not as profitable in the short term. I think building a brand is something long term that I want to continue to work on, but it's not very viable right now. Please expand on which auction programs you're using because the one that I'm using currently doesn't have any kind of points that I can place as many bids as I like without any kind of points. I can place as many bids as I like without any kind of limitation. Yeah, you may be using a better app than I am. I don't know. I pretty much just Googled like eBay bid sniping program or whatever, and then I just tried out a couple different ones until I found one that worked. You can just do that. So I would just Google eBay bid sniping program, and then there's like a list of like 5 or 6 of them that are like rated. You can view their ratings and see what's going on with that. The one that I'm using right now is called Betomat. Betomat, maybe. That's just one of the ones I've used. So there's a couple of other ones I use as well. But that's one of the apps that I've tried. Like I said, I don't really do a whole lot of bid sniping. A lot of times I'll just bid through eBay as well. I mean, sometimes I'm okay with that. But Betomat, and then there's a few other ones. Like if I just Google eBay bid sniping program, there's looks like one's called Gixxon, Bid Slammer. There's like a bunch of them that come up. Snipe. Some people use eSnipe, Easy Sniper, Bid Napper. There's like, yeah, there's a bunch of them. Just Snipe, Goof Bid. I'm not, like I said, there's a bunch of them. I just tried out a bunch of different ones. But if you have one that you can do it all for free and it works the way you want it to, and I'd be happy to learn about it. The cost for the points or whatever is like $2 or $3 or something. I mean the cost for this for doing it is like negligible. So I don't really care about having to pay or whatever, especially when I'm bidding on like $1,000 auctions. Basically, if I save like 1 or 2%, I'm already making money on using the program. Okay, so I need to place a bid on this auction as well. So I'm just trying to do a calculation on this deal. Okay, I'm gonna do it at 15 grams. I think. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's gonna be worth more than that. Could go to something like this. And this one I would be interested at checking on later. But we'll place a bid for now. Like some of these bids I'm just placing directly through eBay, which is fine to do too. Sometimes you can just, like in these kind of cases, have a bid that is just higher than what anyone else is willing to pay, and so you just win just normally. It's more so about, for me, putting in the reps, right? Like I just need to be staying active. As long as you're staying active and you're doing as much volume as possible, you're going to eventually find deals. And so that's really the purpose of me checking through all these different auctions. Because like I said, I don't even do this every day, which I should be doing. So I can't even really be furthering my strategy if I'm not even putting in the time to check them every day, you know? I think just putting in the volume and putting in the reps is going to be the most important thing to do in the beginning, because this is something newer that I'm doing. Whiting, Sterling, Egyptian, 21 pieces. Not that I haven't ever bid on auctions before or anything like that, but doing this kind of a volume strategy of checking all of them and placing bids ahead of time is a newer strategy for me. Sorry, I'm not scrolling down too much. I'm doing multiple things at once, so bear with me. I know you guys can only see this screen currently, so you're just like, okay, can you start scrolling already? Okay, some of those we saw on the 14K side of things. Hello, Michelle. There's a Tiffany & Co. Atlas band. Again, I don't do a lot of retail operations, but I think something like that, like those Atlas Eternity bands, depending on the size 8 is a good size, 8.4 grams. You know, if you can buy this right around scrap, maybe you can retail it for $800 to the right customer. Native American Sterling geometric bracelet. Monet, Trifari. What is this? Nothing good there. Okay. There's a Patek Philippe 18 karat Tiffany & Co. signed dial. Chronograph pocket watch. Say, I wish I had the skill to be able to bid $5,100 on a Patek 18K Tiffany & Co. signed dial. Like, that's a great item to be seeing on eBay. I bet for a dealer in these kind of higher end items, like this is like a golden opportunity, because like how often do you even see this ever, even in general. And now you're seeing it on an open, no reserve auction on eBay. Like, the odds that you're going to get a decent deal on that is probably pretty good. It's just, it's probably a good thing. It's like they don't have a lot of competition on something like this because there's just not that many people that deal in that. That would be for like a museum or a pocket watch collector, you know. Here's a 18K OP Rolex Day-Date President 1803 men's head watch. I usually only look for these with the bracelet, and this looks like an older model, smaller size, 36 millimeter, and it just looks worn. I don't know how familiar you guys are with this type of stuff, but these presidents are always like they're solid 18K gold, and like this one you can just see the bezel is very worn, the edges are very worn, everything looks very soft on it, which is just not ideal for the condition that you would want to see like an opportunity in to be able to resell. Starting to see a little bit more activity on the listing side, on the brand new listing side. So it's Sunday, activity starting to get going. We've got a case hobo knife, case XX hobo knife with looks like stag handles. Maybe not stag, maybe bone, amber bone. $200. Not too familiar. It seems like a little bit too high of a price for me. Let's take a look. Case X hobo knife. $230 brand new in the box. Okay, so that pretty much tells me that $200 price is too high. We've got a Zenith 18K Captain Deluxe Tortue men's watch in 38 millimeter for $1,925. It's a nice one. Again, professional seller, Hawaii Vintage Watch Club. Near 40 grams of 18 karat solid gold, one owner, barn find. And again, another one that's probably a great deal. It's just I'm not too familiar with these Zenith 18 karat watches. Hola, Logan. Hello, Gina. I'll tell you that I'm watching your videos for some time now. Quite smart. You have great taste. And that's really rare for a guy. Yeah, definitely. Doing the same thing as you are for almost 10 years. Says, just tell me what is the easiest way to contact you. The easiest way to contact me is thrifthunter4you@gmail.com. That is the best way to contact me. Here we go. Heavy earrings, 18K gold, 26 grams, bid currently at $510. When is this ending? 6:26 p.m. today. Yep, just a regular scrap gold auction. I can't see what so you guys see this. Okay, so you see that one on the far right? Hopefully you guys can see this one here. We can place a bid on that one. So place a bid there. Looks like already outbid. So that's going to be higher than I'm willing to pay. And you can see there, I just placed the bid through eBay. I'm not going to try and bid snipe auctions that are just like pure scrap most of the time. I will bid snipe things that are a little bit more special or that need a disguised bid. See, that one's good because I like placing the bid through eBay on that one because it lets me know if somebody already has a reserve bid placed higher than that. And so I can find out if it's going to be worth my time to even attempt winning it, you know? Because let's say I would go a little bit higher. So if I place my lower my more conservative bid and it automatically gets outbid, then I could potentially go back and place a bid snipe if I wanted to go like one bid higher or something like that without placing that bid directly through eBay. So there's a lot of different strategies to winning auctions, I guess, but most of the time it just comes down to who pays the most. Here's an Audemars Piguet 18K ladies watch by a high feedback seller. This has a 42.7 gram weight. It's currently bid at $25.50, which is not a bad price. It's getting to be where it's a little bit higher than I'd be willing to pay. So we're just going to keep looking. Looks like we're running out of 18 karat gold listings to look at for the day. These are all professional watch sellers. It's a nice 18K solid gold Hamilton pocket watch at $830. A little bit gambly on the pocket watches. Here's one we can look at. A Corletto 18K pearl, gold and diamond, hand-painted women brooch. I've bought and sold several of these. And so we can place a bid on this one. Let's see how heavy this one is. This one weighs 10.5 grams. It's got the painting, it's got the glass, it's got the pearls. So the amount of gold in this is going to be pretty limited. But it may have some slight resale value, or I guess it would have some resale value. And so that's a good thing to look at there. So let me figure out how much on the gold price I'd be willing to pay. All right, so we're going to place a bid on this one as well. Let's see if we get instantly outbid. Okay, we're going to take the high bid on that one, which is good. Place the current high bid, and then, like I said, later on, if I want to, when this gets closer to ending, if I'm still interested in it, I could go back and place a different bid as a bid snipe. Okay. Faux earrings, a little too small. Keep an eye on the listings over here. 9.79 grams of 10 karat gold each. I don't like to buy as much 10 karat gold unless it is like a pure 10 karat gold listing. Here's a James Avery charm bracelet with 2 charms, $175. Here's an Omega. Let's take a look at this. Omega ladies diamond watch, 14 karat gold. Do they list the weight? Nope. This looks like it weighs maybe 18 to 20 grams. Maybe less. 18 grams. So how much would 18 grams price at it? $848. So this one I'm going to put on a watch list because it has a starting bid of $500. Would buy it now of $1,000. And so we would be interested in the starting bid price, but not at the $1,000 buy it now price. It ends in a week, the auction, but it's a good idea to add items like this that have a bid price and a buy it now price, like where the buy it now price is way too high, but the bid price does make sense, and put that on a watch list because you don't want to place a bid because there's people like me, other people like me that are searching what I'm searching on the auction side now of auctions with current bids, and that's how they're searching for the auctions. They're searching ending soonest with bids. And this item that just got listed brand new is going to have 0 bids currently and may have 0 bids up until the day the auction ends. And therefore, you can potentially put in a bid snipe on a 0 bid auction that has not very much interest. That's part of the strategy of not bringing too much attention or the least amount of attention as possible to an auction that you may be considering bidding on, if that makes sense. Which I say a lot. I say if that makes sense because I hope you guys can follow this. I do talk a little bit quickly on these topics, and they are a little bit complicated. So if I need to slow down, I can try and do that as well. Vintage Audemars Piguet Genève 18K yellow gold gents 32 millimeter. Bid at $3,500. It's gonna be a little bit out of what I would want to pay. Here's an 18K white gold, made in Italy, 14.3 gram bracelet. We take a look at that. Looks like a standard scrap auction. 14.3 grams. What is that scrapping out at currently? $866. So it's got a $10 shipping. So we'll place a bid on that one. Already outbid again. You can see that. So we can keep it moving from that one. Let's see. All right, so now we're getting into tomorrow. So we'll search a new term. I'll be right back. Let's see. So I'm using Gixxon, if I recall, 10 per year, no limit as far as I'm using it. Just got 400. Got 400 at 107. Just got 400. You just won something worth $400 for $107 at auction. Then that's a huge win for an auction purchase. Yeah. I typically at auction I'm winning like stuff where I'm making like $20 or $30 or something. Unless it's something that's got no weight or like something very specific, but yeah, getting something worth 400 for 107, like a quarter of the value at auction is pretty good. Is that for jewelry? And I'm guessing just by the way you're typing that maybe it's not US. Yeah, 8 watchers is nothing for a listing. That's a low amount of watchers. Honestly, I don't really get concerned with how many watchers. I have 1 items in USD. Okay. That's very good though. Costume are fine. Scrap? Probably not scrap. I'm guessing. What was I saying? I forget. Yeah, no scrap. Something designer then. Which definitely happens. And I know because I've sold some of my own items for I had like a sterling silver brooch, just like something common like a sterling silver brooch that was like 50 grams or something, like a big heavy sterling silver brooch. It sold for like $5 at auction, at open 1 week open auction. So there's even when I sell stuff at auction, I see sometimes items go for ridiculously cheap, just whatever it is. I love your latest huge lot, the auction lot. Yeah, the one that I bought at auction for $3,000 in my last other video. That was a pretty good deal. I haven't even touched it yet. I really need to start processing some of that, but I literally just have it all in a bag right now because as you can see, I'm already on to buying the next group of stuff, but I do need to start processing some of that. I'll get to it eventually, but I do need to take a little break. I'll be right back. All right, so yeah, we'll have to check out Gixxon and see how that one works. Let me go back to this. Okay. Let me go back to just me real quick. I'll show a few of the items that I bought. This is what I got in on Saturday. And so this is the most impressive one, I would say. This is like it's kind of hard to show. It's like a Scottish thistle or something with some seed pearls. And it's an antique piece. And it's got a very long chain. It's got like maybe a 32-inch chain. This was listed as 18 karat, which is not. It's 9 karat gold. And this I bought for $56. And so this is 16 grams, and it's antique. It's a really nice piece. Extremely good deal. I don't know what I would value this at. Probably, I don't know. I guess you guys would retail something like this at like $800 to $1,200 maybe. I don't know if I would ever end up getting that much for it, but it's a very, very nice piece with the citrine there. And then this was the other piece I bought. Yeah, that was eBay. This is all eBay. This is a 14 karat gold and pearl diamond piece. This was a best offer that I won, or that they accepted my offer. There's the back of it. Basically, that same thing of where people will tend to discount pearls too much, or avoid pearls completely. And so you can see I just discounted. What I did is I just discounted for what I figure this pearl weighs, and then I'm just paying for the gold. I'm not paying anything extra for these diamonds. There's like 3 diamonds there. I'm not sure. Maybe there's 20 points there, 0.20 carats of diamonds that are very good quality diamonds, but something like that I would probably just take out, and I just store them and sell them in bulk when I get a bunch of them, or use them for repairs is actually more often what I do is I use those for repairs, and then I would just break that pearl off. But I may try and sell it as a piece for a little bit. It does have a what looks like an HR mark, but it doesn't have the little arrows for Herbert Rosenthal, and that's kind of the design that this looks like. Like it almost looks like Herbert Rosenthal. He's more known for making the bees, and so I'm not sure if that's by that designer, but anyway, it's an interesting piece there. And Other than that, I got this, which this I will pretty much just scrap. This I have to test just because it looks a little bit like brown. To replace missing ones and other items, yeah, exactly. It would be to replace stones that are missing from other items. And most often it would be for like friends or family that are like, oh, my stone fell out of my ring or whatever. Could you fix it? That's more often what happens and what I do with those. But I will if there's a nice piece that I could fix with a stone, I would do that as well. But a lot of the times it ends up being for friends or family that something breaks in one of their rings or whatever, and they just ask if I can fix it. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Sometimes I need to take it, like if a prong broke on a ring or something like that, and I have the diamond that would fit in it, I can take it to a jeweler in LA and bring the stone and have them like fix a prong and then reset the stone for me. So I've done that before. Just whatever. Things kind of just come up when you're in this business and people find out and they just come to you with any issues they have with jewelry, and that's kind of the position you want to be in, is you're just the guy that everybody goes to when there's any jewelry issues. If somebody, we just have a friend or whatever, their watch battery went out and they need me to replace it, or well, just whatever it is, something broke, they want me to find the same item, or if they just need a gold chain, like they have a gold chain and it's a certain length and they want it to be a different length, and so I'll go find them a chain in a different length, just whatever it is. I get a lot of requests for all kinds of different things. There's a Zodiac aerospace GMT automatic, but it's pretty beat up. All right, let's see if I can find something else to search for. Let's see. Share screen, Chrome tab. Okay, we're back over here. And we're going to search for maybe platinum, I guess. Platinum. I don't know if that saved some of my filters. There we go. We just want the jewelry and watches category. Screen is dark. Screen should be good now, right? You see it? Can you see the screen? Yeah. Okay, we should be good now. It does change, like when I'm going to share the screen or share a tab. It's just like a streaming thing. We're going to take a look at platinum, see if there's anything ending. There's a 1.15. That's pretty nice. Center diamond 1.15 carat I1 J color side 0.70 carat. Let's take a look at this. Comes with an AGI report. Center approximately 1.15 carats. It's a I1 clarity J color, which is pretty ugly stone, but set in platinum. It's an old cut stone, like a Euro cut stone. More modern setting. Bid currently at $700. Oh yeah, it's a very high old cut stone. It's got a high, I guess, collet, or is that what it's called? I'm not sure. Girdle. Got a high girdle, something like that. Yeah, nice ring, but diamonds are tough right now, especially that older style. Chrome hearts chain, $7,000. I wish I knew more about how to tell authentic chrome hearts from fakes, because there seems to be a lot of fake chrome hearts out on the market right now. Jaeger Ultra Powermatic, $2,000. Here's a 14 karat CZ ring, 8.4 grams. We're gonna have to discount a little bit, not too bad. Maybe 7.8. We'll call this 7.8. Looking at another listing, 7.8, $367. So too high of a price. This is another one that you can look for, is the 14 karat CZ rings or 14 karat CZ bracelets. It's the same concept as the pearls. Is sometimes people are discounting too much stone weight, and it depends on the type of piece and it depends on the mounting. But some CZ pieces can have a lot more gold than you would think. And so sometimes you can win best offers or something like that on CZ pieces because people are like, oh, it's fake stones. This is a piece of junk. But the gold is real. And you can sometimes get a deal that way. Headmaster Owl, 18K platinum, emerald and diamond brooch, 1963. $3,250. I'm not interested in buying this. I just want to see why does it have a $3,250 bid? It's marked EWC Co. Oh, I had some of this stuff before. Yeah, that is definitely not worth $3,250. So I don't know why that has a bid up that high. But you'd be surprised how many auctions too have bid cancellations or non-paying bidders and stuff like that. So you can't always trust even sold results, because even the sold results can be wrong. Because, okay, I'm looking at a Wild Rose. What is this? 5.5 ounces sterling silver tray. Okay, it's $160. Not going to work for me. This one's just called Necklaces Pendant. Okay. Don't see anything good there. Some listings starting to flow in. It looks like it's starting to get busier on the listing side, so I may have to halt some of my auction searches soon. And this is part of the issue of why I should be doing it ahead of time, is because on Sunday it's just way too busy to be covering all of this at the same time. So buck 301. Hammer brand pocket knife. All right. We're just gonna keep an eye on that stuff. It's quick. Okay, so we're already at two days for the platinum anyway. So we can get off platinum. Let's try sterling lot. Let's see what happens here. See, I lost some of the filters. Okay. Let's see what we've got here on sterling. The stick pin lot. I don't do a lot of stick pins, but I have bought some. I've actually done some very good deals on stick pins where they'll list them as costume jewelry or something, and then like half of them end up being gold, and then you end up with like $200 worth of gold for $30 or something that you paid for the stick pins. Here is 13 bow ribbons, pins sterling. Some are sterling, some are not sterling. Let's see. Try and estimate how many of these are sterling. This top one? No. There's only one sterling, it looks like. Sterling gold filled lot, $90. I'm keeping an eye over here. 14K diamond ladies watch, $200. of trucks coming by now. Mel Pardue Custom. What is this? Whoa. Mel Pardue custom knife with fluted buffalo horn scales and Damascus blade. But it looks like a fake. I think this is a fake. Yeah, that's weird. Doesn't look quite right. Anyway. Hey, what's going on? We're just working away. Look at this. 121 sterling 925 ladies rings, 631 grams. Already bid to $800. Let's see if there's anything good in there. Nope, nothing good in there to me. There's like 3 or 4 good rings in there. It's not going to be for me. Costume jewelry mix lot, gold plate, sterling real stones. There's another old pawn lot there. Tiffany & Co. Sterling silver bracelet ring lot scratched. Interesting one there. I mean, that Tiffany stuff, again, if you retail that kind of thing. But it's not really for me. Here's something. A lot of vintage sterling silver jewelry used scrap at 430.9 grams. Just taking a look at that, see if there's any good items in there. It's obviously underbid at scrap as well anyway. And when I bid on these kind of junk scrap listings, like I'm going to bid pretty low, but you can still win them. So we can definitely place a bid on this one. Let's see. Let me load up my silver calculator. Don't even have it open that much because I don't bid on silver too often. 430 grams. We're going to bid pretty low on this. 2 days ago at the flea market, I was with my friend looking for me. He made the find of his life. 140 grams French, 18 karat gold snuff box. But how much did he pay for it? You didn't say. What did he buy it for? 140 grams. It's pretty close to what I got. As my best find ever. I guess it's more. Yeah, 140. The one I got, I think, was 100 grams. So that's over $8,000 worth of gold. Smaller one is in Victoria Albert Museum. How much did he pay? That's what I want to know. Okay, let me bid on this silver real quick. What did I say I would pay for it? All right, we'll take the high bid on that one for now. You paid $350. There you go. French hallmarks. Yeah, those French hallmarks are like, they're so tiny and they're always like under a lid or like on the like closure or something, and they're just itty bitty marks, and like sometimes they just get missed. They're impossible to see. And then if it's got enameling, like maybe it's more difficult to tell that it's all gold, like all that sort of thing. My best 27 grams 14 karat for $3. It's definitely a good deal, especially at today's prices. 10 years ago, maybe, yeah, it's still good, but very impressive to get good deals. That's part of the reason why doing the scrap gold is so profitable right now is because the prices are so high that, like, you know, we just kind of get deals. Those of us who deal in this kind of stuff, we just get deals like just normally, like those kind of deals, like whatever it is, 10 grams, 20 grams, 30 grams. We're getting it for a cheap price, but now since the price of gold is so high, like that profit is even more than it was 10 years ago. Even though you're getting kind of the same deals, now they're worth so much more. Crazy thing like that is likely worth double its gold value, if not more. Yeah. Knowing me, I probably would have melted it by now. But it probably is worth double. It's just, I don't know. I've tried. I've tried to sell some very rare high-end items that are gold that I don't know. I just don't have the patience to sit on them. Even if it's worth double, I'd rather take the that whatever $8,000 profit today because I'm just going to turn it into another deal. I don't feel like, even though it seems like the find of a lifetime, it might be just the find of this year, you know? Because there's always more out there. Just like there's a story, there's a YouTube, I wish I saved it. There's a YouTube video out there of it's a guy who is like a lead singer for a rock band or something that is interested in artwork, and it was some saint, I forget. Anyway, he bought a painting at an art store in Italy that the person put it up for auction, and I think he won it for something like $150,000. And they said their most recent current valuation of that is at 55 million. So that, you know, something like that would really change your life. But that's why I would love to deal in art for that kind of potential. Here's a 76 pieces. It's already bid at $540. This is probably not going to be for me. What I can do for these sterling lots that I'm looking at is what I will try and do is identify some of those designers that you guys talk about. So a George Jensen, or you know, even Judith Ripka or anything like that. I can identify designers just by the style, which is what a lot of other bidders can't do. And so if there are pictures that are not very well taken and they don't take a picture of the back or whatever, it may be harder for other people to identify certain designers if you can't tell by the style alone. Here's a couple of rings there. Just always going to keep checking back on the auctions because it is getting busier here on Sunday. Here's a sterling silver, 322 grams for $250. It's not the greatest deal on a scrap basis because there are some stones, but we can just check, see if there's any designer pieces. I don't see any in this lot in particular. Some water. Here's something that just came up, 14 karat. Okay, that's nothing. Amethyst and milk glass. Not interested in these two Southwest pieces, really. Here's some Zuni pins. I'm not seeing too much here that I would want to bid on. I'm sure there are some people out there that are like, oh, I could, you know, this is the thing, is like everybody's like, oh, I could sell that, whatever, like some lot like this, like these rings, like, oh, I could sell each ring for $35. So there's $120 worth of value in these 4 rings and it's only bid at 47. Like sure, if you can move those at that price, go ahead and do it. I try to move things retail, and you can move some, but on average, I find that you're moving like 25% to 35% is going to move quickly, and a lot of it's going to sit. And so you can't always just look at certain things and be like, oh, there's 10 rings, so if I sell them for $10 each, it's $100. Like, you're not going to sell 10 of them at $10. You're going to sell like 3 of them at $15, and then maybe 2 at 10. You know what I mean? Like, you're just not always, and then 5 of them are not going to sell. So you're going to end up breaking even, and you're going to get 5 of the rings for free, but you're never going to get the money out of those like other 5 rings unless you liquidate them. And so like some people don't do their profitability calculations as well as I think you have to, or other people just have better sales outlets than I do, or can move stuff on Whatnot for higher, or sell stuff on YouTube for higher, or whatever. I mean, if you can get higher prices, then you should be buying higher volume than me. I should not be buying higher volume than you if you're able to sell them for higher prices, because there's just tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of opportunity out there. So if you're selling things at double the price I can get for them, but you're saying that you have trouble sourcing or something, then I just think you're not sourcing hard enough. Here's 124 grams. Like a lot of these ring lots, you can make a lot of money on. Like these are great auctions, and they come up every single day. Like look at all these ring lots. If you take, especially like this one, which I think has some better rings in it, and you retail out each individual ring, and you take professional pictures and professional listings of each individual ring on however many rings are here. Like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 rows, so 32 rings. 32 rings, $10 a piece, $320. If I can't sell it to a dealer immediately and at least get my money back, I usually don't buy it. But by the way, how can I join your live? I think probably the only way I could do that, I wouldn't be able to do it while sharing my while searching eBay Live, I guess. The way I think most people do that is they would do like a Zoom call or like a Google Hangouts, and then they would share that screen. And so they use that as the screen that they're sharing. It's also a little bit easier to stream from OBS, so I could also stream from OBS on my desktop to YouTube or to Twitch or whatever if I streamed on Twitch. But I think to do it through YouTube with my webcam and everything, like the easiest way would be to join like a Discord or a Zoom call or whatever, and then share that window. Pretty sure that's how that works. But I don't know if I would be able to bring up web pages and stuff at the same time. I'm not sure. I'm not a streamer, so give me a little bit of leeway on that sort of thing. I'm sure you can do it. Obviously, people do. It's just I'm not professional at it. Like here, again, more of these turquoise rings. Like I know that if you go search the solds right now for certain turquoise rings, some of these rings are going to be $100, $150 sold price. But I just know that getting those prices is just not all that easy. And you have to consider a lot of the times it's just the opportunity cost. There's a lot of opportunity to buy other items at a lower price. And so I have to go after those items first before I try and go after anything too aggressively, because basically what will happen is just you buy too much of this stuff at too high of a price, you will build up too much inventory, and just all of your money will eventually get tied up. It might not get tied up right away, or if you have a lot of money, maybe you don't care. But for me, at least, I definitely have to be careful about storing too much inventory. Ideally, I want to have almost no inventory at all times. I want to be able to, like you said, move it very quickly. But I would like to be able to sell for higher prices consistently and quickly. And that is part of the goal as well. Like all this stuff, all this Native American stuff, that's why these auctions get so much interest, is because you can just break this down and do each individual one and price them very high, and eventually you will sell some of it. Here's one at 155 grams. It's $69. We can take a look. I don't see anything good there. Me neither. Yeah, I mean, I just pop on the stream just to. I'm trying to get anybody else in the world who does this type of thing to help, like with. I don't know. It could just be one comment that could change a lot of things, right? And I understand the value that someone could just drop into my stream and be like, hey, maybe you should check out, this website or whatever. And it could just change everything. You just be like, oh, why don't you change this? Why don't you check out this one designer? Or why don't you search this one term or something like that? It's like in this kind of business, I'm looking for information and looking for ideas and looking for other people that have the same type of drive and passion to do something, to actually do something that like turns into a big business, or that is profitable, or that, it's going to make all of us some money. Because I think there are a lot of things in this world that should be solved that aren't being solved, and there's not really any reason why it shouldn't be solved. It's just people just aren't doing it. And so like that seems kind of silly to have problems that could be solved, but nobody solves it because nobody's even attempted it, type of thing. Like this lot is interesting. 873.4 grams. It's got one nice Native American piece and a decent amount of rings. Just trying to look. For instance, like you could say certain things about, I won't get too crazy, but maybe about things like medical services in the United States, or things like government services in the United States, about how certain things are almost intentionally kept in poor condition, or intentionally kept inefficient, or something like that. Like those kind of situations just drive me crazy, when it's just like, oh, you're just not doing it just because you're lazy, or just because like your boss doesn't want you to do anything, or you don't want to spend any money, or like no one wants to take the risk or whatever. Like there's so many things out there that if you were just dedicated and smart and put a lot of energy and effort into it, you could create a profitable business, out of those problems. It's just so wild to me when I see so many opportunities in so many different areas. You could look at, I have a ton of thoughts, but texting sucks. Yeah, I mean, I think if you want, what can I do? One of the things that I'm on Discord a lot. Usually when I'm just playing video games or something. So I do have a Discord channel set up. I'm part of a bunch of Discord channels, but I have a Discord channel called Thrift Hunter, and then I have Thrift Hunter for You. I have a Thrift Hunter for You Discord name. So maybe I could type the Discord link in chat. One second. I guess I could put it in the description of the video. That'd probably be a good idea for anybody. Let's see if this. That's the Discord link I have right now. Yeah, no worries. Like whenever you have time. That's just my Discord channel that I kind of no one's in it or anything. Like nobody really. I haven't had anyone in it, and it's just a text general chat and a voice channel chat right now. But I definitely hang out on Discord with my mic open often. So that's definitely a good area to chat because I'll have Discord open like while I'm yeah, normally what I'm doing is like I'm playing video games and searching for eBay listings at the same time, and I just kind of like tab in and out. Or I'll be like playing poker. Sometimes I play poker, just the World Series of Poker free website or whatever. I'll play on there sometimes while I'm looking at listings. So it's just typically like kind of something to keep my mind busy while I'm working. And so I will, like, I'll be in the general Discord chat right now. Muted, I'll just go in there, but posted that in chat. I guess I could post it in the description. If anyone else is interested in starting a Discord or joining a Discord or something, I'm in the Discord part-time resellers. I'm in the Discord the reseller nexus. I'm in the Discord freelancerpreneur. I'm in the Discord the Amazon Launchpad with Miles. If anyone's familiar with his stuff, the Entrepreneur Exchange. I'm in a bunch of different reseller Discords. It just like nobody's ever in those Discords pretty much. I try and check on them to see if there's any useful information in them, but no one's really seems to be working collaboratively on like the reselling business too much, other than there's also like the reseller podcast. There's that Facebook group for tech and sports that I need to probably join at some point. I just don't know how much I want to. I'm a little iffy about it. Let's see. Here's a Norway. What's going on here? Some Norwegian silver with a little bit of enamel. $52 bid. Currently 7 pieces. One enamel piece. 1944. And it's not bad. The condition's not that great. Sterling, Norway. Oh, the little beetle is nice. Gonna pass on that one. But definitely the right type of items to be looking for. Norwegian silver for scrap prices. It's definitely something you would want to be paying attention. Those just the condition doesn't look that good and the pieces don't look unique and they don't have enough designer names to them. I'm just looking at this 14K hair locket. Got a reset password, yeah. Saw you pop up. Haven't seen your videos or lives in a while. Yeah, I definitely don't. Haven't done them very often. Just kind of have gotten to the point a little bit where I'm running low on ideas. And so I've kind of built out everything I wanted to build out. I've got a pretty good flow of sourcing. I have a pretty good idea of what to buy. I I've thought through a lot of the process, and so now I'm looking to figure out what else I could possibly be missing, because I feel like I've kind of covered everything. I've probably covered everything that is Googleable or whatever. Any kind of buying process that you can Google, or any kind of website that you can Google, I've probably figured out most of it. So now I'm trying to figure out what is it that I don't know, because you don't know what you don't know. And so I think there are other things that I don't know, and the reason why I know there are things I don't know is because there are other people out here who are more profitable than me, that source more jewelry than me, that are making more money than me, that are selling more items than me, that are doing a lot more than I am. There are people many levels above where I'm at, so I know that there's something that I am missing. And it's since there are other people out there that are buying something in the order of 100 times what I'm buying, I know that there is something very significant that I am missing. There's something very significant that I am not understanding, and that is what kind of keeps me up at night. Is like trying to figure out what it is that is so significant that I don't understand that somebody else does. And so that is, and some of it is, I understand, is just part of the learning process, that it's just, some of it's just going to take time. But if there's any way I can shortcut that by even just talking through my own ideas, then that's a shortcut that I'm going to attempt to take, right? Or just getting any information from anyone in chat, or someone who sees this video a year from now that wants to comment on it. You know what I mean? Like, you never know like I said, just one idea could double my income tomorrow. And that's what is very good about running your own business. They are monetizing YouTube. Some people do. I definitely think some people make more money from YouTube than they do from their actual eBay business, which is great. Those are content creators that are probably good at creating content revolving around anything that just happens to be the same. Like, they're just making content around what they are currently doing and what they're currently interested in, but they could probably make content around anything and still be popular because they're just good entertainers and good at YouTube. And so that's great for the people that are able to make their money through YouTube. I have tried. I am not one of those people. So I think creating a brand and creating a YouTube personality and doing all that social media stuff is probably something good to do, and something I will do eventually, but it's just, I have to consider what is, like, I still have to pay my own bills and stuff. So like, there's only so much time, right? And that's going to be the problem. Is I think doing a YouTube or social media or a brand or marketing or your own website or whatever is something that I can only dedicate so many hours a week to. I can only dedicate, let's just say, 10, 20 hours a week to. And that something like that is going to take a long time to build up before it pays off. So it's a long-term thing, and I understand that you have to take those baby steps, or otherwise you're never going to get there. But if I can only dedicate 10 or 20 hours a week because I have to do all this other business, and that means I can't produce the highest quality product, and then it's just going to take, if you just start doing the math, like, it's going to take years and years and years and years and years and years before that ever pays off, which means I have to dedicate a ton of time to something that's not going to pay off for a long time, that I'm not even putting enough effort and quality into. It's like, it's kind of, you have to, something like that, you kind of have to go all or nothing. Otherwise you can't get enough momentum to get over the hump of being unprofitable. because it takes a huge amount of effort. Like say something like streaming for 15 hours a day every day for the next 365 days. Like it takes massive effort to get past that initial part. Gonna try and join. Okay. I am here. I don't think I have any. It should just be public. I don't think I have any like locks on it. Nice to see you. Miss your videos. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I know my 10 fans or whatever do miss my videos a lot. And I miss them too, and I like I don't like making them really, but I do like watching them, or I do enjoy the content that was in them. It's just yeah, it's not something I really get enjoyment out of making, because it takes, like I said in the last video, it takes me to make one good quality video. It probably takes me maybe 2 weeks worth of sourcing, so I have to hold up all of that stuff and not sell any of it or whatever, or have it like saved as drafts in my eBay store, because once I post a video, people are going to want to buy those items, or at least you want to start connecting those two together. Is you want to post the video and then have it live on your store so that people can go and buy it, right? Like that's part of how you can increase your revenue from that. So if you have to hold all that stuff back to get enough of it to do a video, and then I have to take pictures of all that stuff, have it all preloaded into my eBay, and then I have to film the video, which means I have to set up all the lights, everything like that, all the camera gear. And then I have to try and make that as interesting as possible. Then I have to take that and edit it and then upload it and then post all the items. Like it's a huge process to make 50 cents. It's just like, I literally can't afford to spend 10 hours on something that makes me 50 cents. It just doesn't compute. Even if 10 years from now it would have been worth it, it's like 10 years from now I could have also invested that money. It's just, I just do the math, right? Everything's by the math for me. And I've posted videos for 8 years, 300 videos. If it would have taken off at any of those points, I would have continued to put more and more effort into it and improved the quality of the content, and I would have stuck with it more if after 8 years of trying it had some even potential of being a positive impact on my business or on my income or anything like that. I would have done it. But yeah, some people just don't make it in Hollywood. So it's just the way it goes. But I can make it buying jewelry. So you got to understand, in the time since I stopped making videos, when I made the decision to completely give up doing YouTube videos, I have like 10x my business. So the use of my time and making that decision clearly was the correct decision, at least for that time. Now I'm a little bit more stable and I have a more consistent income, and it's like I'm not as like back against the wall or anything to where I can jump on a live stream. So, maybe I will make some more videos at some point, but it's just like me going full time into making videos again is just probably not likely, unless all of a sudden one of my videos goes like, 1 million views viral or something, which isn't even a lot for YouTube standards anymore these days. I think that's really what it would come down to, is you would need to see some results on some kind of video, like you would need to have one video go over like 100,000 views or something, like out of 300 times of trying and producing the best content you possibly could. Even like shorts. So I tried shorts for a while. Like even if I could produce one short that got like 100,000 views or something, then I could see, okay, maybe there's some potential to this. But I posted like 200 shorts of all the best jewelry that I've ever found. And I've tried all different kinds of combinations. I've tried doing text. I've tried doing voiceover text. I've tried doing like all of these different strategies. And just the fact is there's just not, the niche itself is not that big. And so I think that's like a huge limiting factor. Is you could see even the biggest reseller YouTube channels have like 50,000 subscribers, which I understand is enough to make some kind of income from. But even that's not a lot in comparison to like other categories. You know, it'd make a lot more sense for me to do some kind of like a business channel, or some kind of a like some kind of a business channel, or some kind of a finance channel or something like that, because I do also have a lot of experience in finance, and the ad rates for that are a lot better than for eBay or jewelry items for this category. You can make a lot better money like advertising credit cards or something like that. But I do understand that there is opportunity in it. It's just I've tried. So at a certain point, things have to take off. So like trying YouTube is just one. Oh, is there? How many people are in the server? Now I got 2 people in my Discord. What's going on, everybody? I don't know how I'm supposed to be on the Discord and the live stream at the same time. Should I be doing both? Not really sure. Or should I do one at a time? I'm gonna need more water. I'm gonna keep talking, and I'm gonna need lunch pretty soon. Been live 2 hours now already. Is it 2 people? Who's in my Discord? Ugh. Let's see if my mic's on. Oh, my headset's not on. Hello. All right, there we go. Now I'm live in the Discord. All right, we're into tomorrow for Sterling. Let's look at something else. What should we look at? Maybe I can look at something like. Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on? Yeah, now everybody on the live stream is going to be like, "Who are you talking to?" Or like they can't hear what you're saying. So that's gonna be funny. Oh, okay, NNF. That's the other person in the Discord. All right, cool. What's going on? Oh yeah, you're looking at stuff for tomorrow, pretty much. At this point. Oh yeah, but that was at a flea market or something, right? That was more local. Uh huh. Right. Yeah, that's what happens a lot. That's why I don't go to them that often, is because they just have the same. Anything that's really good gets sold before the flea market starts. Like if you yeah, if you go right when they open, you'll see all the guys that are dealing stuff straight out of the car or whatever, and yeah. There's not too many dealers out here that have gold even for sale. Even at the flea markets, they don't bring the gold out because people get robbed and stuff. So they don't like to bring all the gold out. Yeah, you don't want to have like 50,000 sitting in your case or whatever because somebody will just come and rob you. There's a couple of guys that do it that don't mess around that you don't want to mess with. But NNF saying I have developed some crazy eBay request for the search. Can you take a look at them? I don't know what that means, but do you only have access to what's the German eBay dot something? What is it? eBay.de. Is that right? Right. Total, right? So gold minus okay, let's they want me to look at their search. So gold, you're searching all gold minus plate, minus plated, minus HDF, minus sterling, minus filled, minus I have way more, but it's limited here in the chat. So you're searching for gold, but then excluding, like that's all your filters there. I think you are filtering way too much out. I mean, yeah, you're filtering too much out. I'll tell you what kind of filters I have. Let me see. So I'm going to remove new. So I will search mostly used items. So I'm usually not searching new, which sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Then what else am I removing? So I will remove plated. So plated, you could just remove plate or plated would be one of the ones that I would want to remove. You could remove vermeil. What else would I remove? I don't know if I would remove much more than that. Like maybe you could do some price results or some location results. You could change like the location, but removing all that stuff, I think your gold search is too broad. Yeah, because I would search 14K gold, 14K gold, gold scrap. Like you need more than just gold. Because if you're just searching gold at that point, you might as well just search the entire jewelry category. Just search all jewelry and just sort by new. Because there's not that many listings that come in. Like if you set up on Firefox or whatever, you can do auto refresh at 5 seconds or whatever. And there shouldn't be more than 10 listings coming in every 5 seconds on that whole whatever search you're doing. Like it shouldn't be that crazy. And then you should be able to pull up multiple tabs. That's not how I search exactly, but I'm not going to say exactly how I search. So, but I'll give you some tips on that stuff. I'm just talking to this person. Yes, I can hear you still. Sorry. Double audio. I know. Sorry. Yeah, I'm reading the chat. I'm trying to pay attention because they can't hear what you're saying, but it's cool. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm doing a lot of things at the same time. Yeah, I would imagine. So for Germany, I guess you would have. Do you have more local sales websites, like more of like a? Here we would have like a Facebook Marketplace or like a Craigslist or something like that. Is it more of like a local, like you have to go meet up with the people? Right. Come on. I know. Yeah. Right. Uh-huh. Guess how many I have. Guess how many vertical ones I have. 12 right now. 12, yeah. Uh-huh. 12 by, and then I actually bought bigger monitors. So if you buy a bigger computer monitor, you can view more on the vertical. So I've got whatever, like a 34-inch monitor or something. So it's 12 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 8, 12 by 8 at once. So that's, what is that? 96. I'm looking at 96 listings at a time. Yeah. But only ebay.de, is that it? Not on eBay. Okay, on other sites. Similar. Okay. Yeah, I would think because from what I know of what here's hold on, 14 karat gold lot, 22 grams, $880, one picture, pocket watch cases. All right, no thanks. When I've looked at other countries, I think eBay UK is the biggest in Europe. It's like I think eBay UK is 26% of eBay's overall volume. And from what I've searched on eBay UK, there are a lot of deals. So like I don't know if you can there is so for me I would use a freight forwarding service, which is like I don't know which one it is that I think it's uShip or something like that. Anyway, it'll give you like a PO box that you can use as your eBay shipping address. And this also makes it a lot easier if you have multiple accounts. But you can use that address as your address so that you can buy items that wouldn't normally ship to you. The only problem is you're not covered under money back guarantee if you use freight forwarding, and it's more difficult to do returns and stuff like that. But if you're buying something for $20 and it's worth $400, you're running that risk anyway, you know? Okay, yeah. Yeah. You have to pay less. You have to discount for the risk. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Okay, well, I'm gonna end the stream for right now, and then I'll just talk to you for right now because it's kind of awkward because people can't hear what you're saying. So it would be better but obviously, like some of it, I know we can just discuss off stream. So I've been streaming 2 hours anyway. I need to go eat some lunch.